Oh, this is such a cute song. With so many severed hands and spaghetti pots in the background. That's nice. Anyways, hello! Welcome to My Sweet Housemate, a visual novel about cannibalism. And you know what they say, you can't spell cannibalism without ball-ism. Anyways, let's start the game, yay! Williamson Avenue, okay, alright. 15 square meters, single room, I don't know what meters are, shared kitchen, shared bathroom, no deposit. One room with an apartment, yay! Give me the house. Yes, I can pick my name and pronouns, yes! Dude, this game is woke, yes, I love woke. Okay, hold on, I need to think. Bunger. You tiredly wait for the application to go through before you shut your old laptop with a sigh. This ancient thing that clearly has seen better days somehow already managed to start hyperventilating after you opened it just a couple of tabs. That's kinda real, unfortunately. My laptop explodes the second I open Minecraft. You promptly put it in your backpack and lean back in your seat. You can't help but let out a sour chuckle. Anyone else would probably find this old worn down diner seat extremely uncomfortable, but you don't have that luxury of complaining. Oh, I'm broke AF. In fact, it might just be the softest thing you've sat on in a week. Damn. Unaware of your actions, you start anciently silently praying to all the possible gods out there that your application will be approved. Dude, this is just like a day in the life of anyone from Gen Z trying to get a house or a job. At this point, you've been homeless for almost 11 months, nearly a year, damn. After saving all the money you could for several months, you finally were able to save enough to rent an apartment. That's good. Or at least that's what you thought. In 11 months of your homelessness, the housing prices only went up, making it practically impossible for you to find anything affordable at this point. You frantically search every housing website, hoping to at least get some old room, but nothing was even nearly in your price range. Oh my god, yeah. 1-bedroom apartment, $1 billion. But this listing was everything you could ever ask for. You were thanking whoever was up there in the sky, thank you, Jesus! Or down in the pits of hell, that you managed to apply basically minutes after the listing went live. Sure, it's shady as hell, no deposit, no required credit history, there aren't even any pictures, and as a cherry on top, you'll have to live with some random guy you have no information about. You were so eager to get it first, too, that you didn't even ask for a tour. If anything, you're almost entirely sure that it's probably some old shed, or even worse, a human trafficking trap. That would not be ideal. But you're already at the point where you don't even care. You feel like you'll go insane if you have to spend another night out on the streets. Yeah, you kinda gotta take what you can get. You shudder at the memories. Yeah, anything's better than that. You can swear your heart skips a beat as your phone lights up with a new email! With a new notification on the home screen. It's an email from the housing. Ah! Could it be? You impatiently unlock your phone, somehow managing to enter your password incorrectly twice before you do. You quickly locate the email app and anxiously start reading. Thank you for your application, Bunger. We appreciate you using our services and our smart algorithm has picked these 5 other apartments for you to look at. Oh, never mind. You silently curse the website, thinking that would have been better if they paid for your rent instead of financing these ads that nobody probably even looks at. True. Well, besides you. Oh. While busy with your grandiose brain cursing session, you almost skip over another notification that quickly floats into your phone screen. It's yet another email. I swear to God if it's another ad. But it isn't. It's an email sent by whoever the person. Yay! The first thing you notice is its ridiculous length. It's short. Oh. Too short. In fact, there are only 3 lines, 2 of them being Dear Bunger and BR Soon Kin. The middle line just says, if you come to the apartment to sign the contract within 30 minutes, I'll give you the key. Now you are entirely sure that your heart is skipping at least 30 beats a minute. Isn't that slow? Isn't that slow? I think I'm dying. You immediately spring from the seat, grab your backpack on the way, before your attention is caught by a sad, small cup of unfinished coffee on the table. Squeezing your lips with rising guilt, you quickly grab the drink and drink the cold remnants before putting it back down and storming out of the diner. Will this finally be the day that ends your homeless life for good? Oh, I hope so, man. You find yourself in front of an apartment door, trying to catch your breath. You don't particularly know how, but you somehow manage to make it in time. However, now you aren't even sure that you're in front of the correct apartment in the first place. Oh. You're fully expecting some shady old building, but it turned out to just be some average apartment complex. Something you could probably never even dream of affording in your current state. Yikes, 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 yikes. You hesitate for a good minute before letting out an anxious sigh and pressing the doorbell button. You hear the ordinary buzz sound play on the other side of the door, and then complete silence.
Let me in! Let me into your house!
The silence gets quickly interrupted though as you hear some faint footstep sounds behind the door. The door is open! You jolt as the sound of a man's voice comes from the apartment, but almost instinctively push open the door. Still hesitant, you awkwardly step into the entrance. Imagine I just step into his mouth and he eats me. As you walk in, you almost immediately get taken aback by your surroundings. You've replayed so many made-up horror scenarios in your head on the way here. The sight of an ordinary-looking hallway suddenly seems scarier than anything you could have come up with. There's no one in sight, so you just default to a polite stance in front of the entrance door, not even daring to make a single step. That is so real. Does anybody else have like vampire mentality, where you can't enter any space unless stated that you can? Now that you're actually in the apartment, and now that you're confirmed that it looks more or less normal, your anxiety levels are going through the roof. You have to make a good impression. You won't have another chance like this. Bunger, I assume? Oh, hey, dude. Oh no. Oh no. I'm not looking at the comments. I'm not gonna look at them. I'm scared. You almost jump as a tall, slouched man suddenly appears in one of the doorways of the hallways you are in. You don't immediately realize that he is dressed in a suit because of how disheveled and scruffy he appears to be. Albeit, you're not in any position to judge. That's true, I am homeless and stuff. His eye bags almost seem to merge with his dark eyes as he tiredly looks straight at you. Don't look at me. Don't look at me! He is kind of beautiful though, I can't even deny. If your eyesight was just a bit worse, you would have even thought he just had two big holes for eyes given how pale his skin is otherwise. Dumbfounded, you stare back at him, thinking that this eye contact is going on for a bit too long for your taste. Real. Before you realize that's your cue to respond. Yes, and that's me. Wrong. My name is actually, how'd you guess? Are you psychic? That would indeed be me, sir. Aye, Captain. These all suck. I would just say, yes, I'm Bunger. Nice to meet you. How are you? That would indeed be me, sir. The man raises his eyebrow in confusion. What's with all the formalities? Fuck. Hold on.
Seungmin.
I got it. Seungmin. Just Seungmin is fine. Now, if you don't mind, I'll be late for work if we don't hurry, so if you just follow me to the kitchen. You step into the kitchen and, once again, get temporarily stunned as by how normal everything looks. Sure, you can tell that somebody lives here by small stains and patches of dust here and there, but if you had to choose, you'd happily use the space to take some photos for online housing ads or something. Oh. Speaking of photos, you thank heaven for the millionth time today. If Seungmin put up pictures of this apartment, it would have gotten snatched before you could even apply. You don't know if that was just pure laziness or a simple lack of time, but you couldn't feel more grateful to the man in front of you for leaving the listing so empty. That is true, but a little bit raising eyebrow, you know what I mean? But you shouldn't feel grateful just yet. You still haven't signed the contract. Ah. Now if you just look through the papers and sign the places I marked. Huh? The papers on the table? It's the contract. Wait, is that it? That can't be it, right? You won't even ask for any additional information? Nah, bro, we're tight, we're cool like that. But if you're concerned about the rent, the payment is obviously up front, but we can go through that in the evening. If I stay any longer, I'll probably get fired for being late. Damn, bro, where do you work? You're free to move your stuff and unpack, though. But if you're not interested, that's fine too. But then I'd appreciate it if you... No, I'll sign the contract. I'll sign, I'm interested. Wow. You're an eager one, aren't you? Right. You can't even afford to care about his reasons at this point. It's a good apartment, the rent is something you can afford, and the only tenant doesn't look all too crazy. Well, You quickly grab the papers messily scattered around the table with slightly trembling hands as you read through them. After making sure that it really isn't part of some human you take the pen laying around on the table and find the mark spots Seungmin mentioned. Woo! Bunger ham bung. Hey, you wrote your name incorrectly. No, I didn't! But no big deal, you just have to rewrite it. Fine, whatever. After you sign, you audibly breathe out before handing the papers to Seungmin. Right?
Seungmin.
He quickly goes through them and nods at you. Great. Your room is the one opposite the bathroom. It's to the right of the kitchen. Anyways, we will handle the payment later. I should get going. Right. Lock the door after me? Yeah. Yeah, of course, right. Try to shake off your stupor. You can't believe that you're officially not homeless anymore. I also cannot believe how much this guy trusts me. He's like, hey, here's my house, here's my key, you live in here now, lock the door behind me. I could literally just never open the door again. Or I could just steal all of his shit and leave, you know what I mean? All right, later, boy, later, man. Still somewhat stupefied, you follow Sung-min back to the entrance where he proceeds to put on his shoes that look scruffy as he is, and then stand straight in front of the door. As straight as a slouched back allows him to anyway. Just make sure to lock it properly. And don't let strangers in. I'm not a kid. I at least know this much. Right. Well, I'll see you in the evening. I'd be happy to have you for dinner. Now what does that mean? Now what's that supposed to mean?
Stop. What do you mean by that?
He's gonna eat me. He's gonna have me for dinner. I'm gonna be put in the bread. Fuck, I named myself Bunger. That's like burger. He's gonna burger me. I'm gonna be burger. I don't want to be burger. With that, Sung-min leaves through the entrance door, nearly tripping over the welcome mat. Sung-min. Again, happens every time. You're new here, aren't you? You totally ate the people in this apartment. After Sung-min disappears down the hallway, you waste no time as you shut and lock the door. I did it. I really did. Still overcome with a mix of relief and excitement, you locate your room that, just like Sung-min said, is the opposite of the bathroom. Oh, look at my room! My red room! You walk through a simple door into a bedroom that appears to be just as simple. You're surprised to find that the key actually is fully furnished. Do not call in my ass for popcorn reading, I will not be able to do it. At this point, you wouldn't even mind sleeping on the floor, but seeing how the bed even has its own bed sheets, you almost tear up. If this is a dream, I will be so pissed. But it isn't. And you can hardly believe it. Well, I guess I might as well unpack. The only good thing about being homeless is that besides the backpack always glued to your shoulders, you have no other things. You take it off and start going through your carefully packed stuff. Yay! Oh, yay! Unpacking door! This is cute. Wow. Is that my portable charger? Put that in my bedroom. Thermos goes in the kitchen. World's driest shampoo. How nice. Anti-stink. Oh, lovely. Multi-gummies. I'll put those in the kitchen. Oh! Do not resuscitate alert. Put that in here, I guess. I want a do not resuscitate sticker. If I die, do not resuscitate me. If I'm having a stroke on the ground, that was meant to happen. That was part of God's plan. Do not bring me back. Finally done with putting your things away, you turn towards your new bed and look down at it with a rising temptation. No longer able to resist, you let yourself fall onto the fresh bed sheets. So soft. And all yours. You rub your face against the pillow with a smile. It feels like the luck you've accumulated throughout the year was all poured into this one day. Who knows? Maybe in the future you'll be able to rent an apartment of your own. Everything seems possible now. It really does. Aw, this is heartwarming. When you open your eyes again, it's already dark outside. Feeling strangely satisfied and refreshed, you stretch and slowly sit up. God, I haven't slept this good in a long time. Oh shit! Right, Sung-min said that you'd sort out the rent payment in the evening. And he even offered to have dinner tonight. Free food. Crap, but this is not what's important right now. You feel a sense of anxiety build up in your throat as you check the time on your phone. 10:27 p.m. Crap. While you silently curse yourself for being so careless, you get off the bed and start unconsciously walking back and forth. I mean, if he really cared, he would have woken me up, right? It's not like you locked the room or anything. Speaking of that, is he even home? You cautiously tiptoe towards the door and quietly put your ear against it, trying to see if you catch any sounds. He's here! You can clearly make out some footstep sounds from moving noises coming from the outside of the room. Great. Wonderful. You're not getting kicked out just yet, thank God. Maybe the dinner offer is still on the table too? Maybe. Not wanting to wait any longer, you swing the door open and walk into the hallway. You don't spend much time mulling over your perception of the hallway, though, as your attention is caught by the light coming from the kitchen. Food time, food time, food time, sandwich in my belly. The sounds are coming from there, too. You don't have to be Sherlock to deduce that Sung-min is there, so, not wasting any time, you walk straight towards the light. Wait. What? This can't be. What you cooking up there, man? It's a little messy. Oh, hey. This can't be that, right? Come on, Bunger, you're not stupid. There has to be an explanation. I mean, there is an explanation, but it's not the one I want. That's early Halloween decorations, movie props. Hyper-real, dude, is it real or is it cake? Hyper-realistic cake. Is that hyper-realistic cake you're making? You know, like in those videos? No, these are real human body parts. Oh, come on, you were supposed to agree with me! Oh, sorry. This is just a weird looking pig. Oh my god, this guy sucks, this guy sucks, this guy sucks, this guy sucks, and I'm stupid. And you just started thinking you lucked out with this apartment. What is he? A serial murderer? A cannibaler? A serial cannibal? No, wait, that's wrong. A cannibal cereal? If you're thinking about calling the police, I'd advise you against it. Of course you're calling the police! Nuh-uh, I'm not snitch, I want some. I'm hungry. You just got out of homelessness and you're not about to die to some cannibal serial murderer in a pink apron. You do understand that if I get arrested, you'll no longer be able to stay here, right? Do you read thoughts too? I don't. How do you know I want to stay here anyways? Just so you know, Mr. Sung-min. Mr. Sung-min, I have a grandma I can stay with at any time. No, you don't, Miss Bunger. And even if you do, you probably hate her enough to apply to some random suspicious listing and sign the contract all on the same day. So you did it on purpose! Well, something like that. I'm not calling the police. I'm not snitch. I'm no snitch. No, he's right. There's nowhere else you can go and your only choice would be to return to homelessness. That is true. It'd be silly to think police would help with your situation too. Man, what the hell? Are you going to eat it? Yes. It's too much meat though, so I'm just gonna store it for the future. I don't get such tender meat often. It would be a pity if it went to waste. Ugh. This wasn't the dinner he was talking about, was it? What are you even supposed to do now? Do you really have to tolerate a cannibal living literally in the same apartment as you? But the life on the streets, the feeling of your skin being so dirty that no matter how hard you scrub it, nothing makes you feel clean. The long nights spent dumpster diving, going through pounds of discarded food just to be chased away by minimum wage employees that, in retrospect, are in no better situation than your own. This is just making me sad, you know, maybe we should all eat people. Ah, shit. Whatever. Anything is better than going back there at this point. If they catch you, don't involve me. And like, don't eat me. Deal. It might take me a while, and as you can see, it's really messy. So let's talk about your payment tomorrow. Yeah, I can see that. You got a little something right there, and there, and there. Oh, everywhere. Huh. Oopsies. Oopsie doopsies. Oopsie daisies. I didn't realize. Guess I'll have to come up with another explanation for the dry cleaners. Last time they didn't fully believe my "it's just paint" excuse. Why are suits such a pain? Solution. Just don't wear a suit while chopping people up. Wear like anything else. Well, you probably better go to sleep. Unless you want to watch. Ew, don't look at me. No! Ew! No, thanks. Well, see you tomorrow then? Yeah. Good night, my new housemate. Don't forget that I know where you sleep. That wasn't nice. That wasn't nice. Why would you say that? Why would you say that? That's not nice. We literally live in the same apartment. Why wouldn't you? Just thought I should remind you. Right. I'm leaving now. I'm going this way, and you're going to stay here. Good night, Bunger. Yay, good night. Good night, roomie. You feel like you won't be- My fidget spinner! Sorry. I almost dropped my fidget spinner. That was really scary. The next few days, you're still overcome with a faint sense of panic, afraid that Sungmin will eat you, or even worse, the police finds him and you will have to go back to the streets. But contrary to your fears, nothing really happens. In fact, after handing the first rent payment and enduring Sungmin's awkward attempts at thanking you, you don't even see him at all that much. Regardless of how under-socialized he seems, he's fairly polite when you do encounter him. Sungmin seems to work pretty brutal hours at his office job. Your apartment is basically a ghost town half the time. You wouldn't be surprised if there were literal ghosts haunting this place considering all the bodies piling up around here. How many? Damn! That's a lot of meat! Do you really need more than one person? You're lucky that your shifts usually start early morning and end somewhere during the daytime or evening, unlike Sungmin's grueling schedule. Hold on, let me double check again.
Sungmin,
I'm right. First you thought that you'd at least cross paths with him in the afternoons, but as it turns out, he typically comes home rather late at night. It's unlikely that your housemate is getting a full 8 hours of beauty sleep. 3 weeks pass by without you noticing, and still, you can count the amount of times you've crossed paths with Sungmin on your one hand. Those few times that you did see him, you could feel his gaze linger on you. Don't look at me, don't look at me, don't put spices on me, bro. Get away from me. You're not sure what this is about, but even when he's not around, you can still feel his eyes lapping at your skin. Ew! I didn't like that sentence, that was a bad sentence. Sometimes you wake up in the middle of the night to the sounds coming from the kitchen, which your imagination twists into the sickest imagery. But, that aside, you really have nothing to complain about. You can't be more grateful than to have a solid roof above your head and somewhere you can return after work, every day. Some form of steady housing really does change your life for the better. You don't have to worry about where to sleep every single night, about not being able to shower when you want, about the chance of getting robbed if you're not careful enough, about having some privacy, and so on. You hate to admit it, but you really don't regret staying here even a bit. You condemn what Sungmin does, considering you're not really exposed to it anyway. Even the constant dread of being butchered or kicked out if he's ever found out, it slowly leaves your mind. Despite how absolutely worn out Sungmin appears to be, he is very mindful about the cleanliness of your common spaces. That's good. Surprisingly, even your funds start looking better now that you're able to take on more hours and leech off Sungmin's Wi-Fi. Hell, you even start considering getting a second job. Everything seems almost too good to be true. Alright, something bad always happens when that sentence appears. What the? A loud sound coming from somewhere within the apartment suddenly pulls you out of your deep slumber. Did something fall? Or even worse, someone? An image of Sungmin dragging a new corpse into the apartment suddenly pops into your head. Ugh. But, what if something happened? You spend a couple of minutes steadily contemplating if you'd rather this sound be a corpse, about to be devoured by your landlord, or the very same landlord collapsing on the floor. Ugh, whatever. If it's a corpse, I'll just pretend it's a hyper-realistic cake. Yeah. Cake. As you step into the hallway, you quickly realize that you weren't worried for no reason. Your housemate is on the floor, looking as if he had collapsed a few minutes prior, and you guess that's probably what happened. You waste no time and quickly walk up to him. Hey. Hello? Hey! Ah! Okay. Sorry, I just needed to get that out. Like something was brewing I'm sorry. Ugh, no need to yell. Oh, finally. Good morning, USA. What happened? You okay? I wanted to shower, but I'm too tired and hungry. Now that he mentions it, you do realize that the man in front of you smells. You smell like ass. Awfully. You might even say abhorrently. Damn. Your thesaurus session of listing synonyms for the word bad gets interrupted by Sungmin lightly groaning as he attempts to stand up. Jeez, what time even is it? Definitely past 12 a.m. at this point. And he just came from work? As just another wage slave, you can't help but feel bad for him. Sure, he might be living in this nice apartment, and you would lie if you said you didn't feel a twinge of jealousy. But what even is the point of having it if you just come here to sleep? This newfound sense of camaraderie fills you with enough sympathy to want to help the man in front of you. Alright, come on, I'll give you a hand. Huh? You know, a hand? Just don't bite it, okay? I know you're hungry and all, but I am not food. I remember that. You stretch your hand towards a collapsed Sungmin as he dumbfoundedly looks back at you. Finally, he grabs it with his and heavily gets up. Hey, dude! There we go. Alright, you go shower now and I'll make something for you in the meantime. What? Are you sure? Yeah, I am. For once. but you seriously better go before you stink up the place or I'll change my mind. Alright, oh, okay. Yay! Before you can say anything else, Sungmin clings to the wall for support as he walks away, vanishing into the bathroom. Well, that's that. Time to cook now, I suppose. For a second you wonder if you should put Sungmin's Queen of the Kitchen apron on, but quickly decide against it. Yeah, that probably has like a lot of diseases on it. As you go through the cupboards, you quickly realize that apart from condiments and instant ramen, there's nothing of nutritional value. Have we considered kidneys? Eyeballs? In fact, most cupboards designated for food are just filled to the brim with nothing but cup ramen. What the? You already felt bad for him before that, but now you feel really bad. You feel so bad, in fact, that you check your own cupboard to see if you can make anything with your stuff instead. Unfortunately, happens to be the day when you ran out of almost everything, and besides a sad handful of oatmeal staring back at you from the bottom of a jar, there is nothing you could turn into a sustainable meal. Defeated, you return to the cup ramen hoard raining on the shelves. Cup ramen it is, I guess. Oh my god, minigame! Oh my god, minigame! Yay! Oh, this is cute. Oh, I'm starting my water boiler thingy. I actually have this exact water boiler. That's fun. Ooh, I'll put a little bit of that in there, a little bit of that. Oh, I got my stuff ready. Then you put it back on. Oh, this is gonna be so yummers, so yummers. Do 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 do. That's fun. You try to squeeze out a smile as a sign of pride in your work, but no amount of grinning can make this sad excuse for a meal any better. Oh, that was depressing. All of a sudden, an idea pops into your head. An idea that's so foreign to your morals that you wonder if you started going insane cooking that cup ramen. I mean, he's a cannibal, so... What if you made some human meat for him to go with the ramen?
Hey, yo, what the f?
You don't even have to look in the freezer to know that he has containers full of human meat down there. If anything, you're grateful that he at least doesn't store it in the fridge. In fact, he doesn't store anything in the fridge at all. His side is always empty, and yours just has some occasional milk and eggs here and there. Don't tell me he's just been surviving off of instant ramen and human meat. Honestly, man, that's kind of what you have to do nowadays in the capitalist America. Well, it's not really time to contemplate about Sungmin's dietary choices at the moment. He will probably be out of the shower soon. You have to decide. Let me save. A decision is happening. Cook the human meat. Well, he is a cannibal. It would only be natural to cook some human meat for him, right? You swallow as you open the freezer, cold air pouring out as if it's some sort of evil premonition. It's just chicken, or pork, or fish. Apparently, human meat is closest to tasting like pork, or cooking like pork. I can't remember. Human meat is most similar to pork in some way or another. You try to convince yourself that what you'll be cooking is anything but human meat as you reach for one of the freezer compartments. When you finally find enough courage to open it, it surprisingly turns out to be nearly empty. There's just one lonely container lying at the bottom. Honestly, it's not like anything like you'd expect it to be. No gouged out eyes, no jars with human teeth, nothing grotesque, just one small container. For some reason, just the sight of it calms you down enough for you to simply pick the little plastic box up and shut the freezer without a second thought. You then absentmindedly take out a pan and start the typical process of frying meat. Heat the pan up, pour some oil. By the time you're supposed to put the meat on the pan, you've relaxed enough that you can do it easily. Thankfully, Sungmin has already pre-cut into thin slices, leaving you with the easy part of the job. After a couple of minutes of spacing out in front of the stove, familiar smell brings you back to reality. Familiar smell? Pork. I was right! It smells just like pork. Did you really manage to convince yourself that it's pork? After all? What in the... Hey. Hey man. It's a nice shirt you got there, dude. What the hell? What the hell? That sucks! What the... What is that t-shirt choice?
Yes, I am pregnant. No, you can't touch my belly.
That sucks, Is that a real shirt? Sungmin? Yes? Are you pregnant? No. Have you ever been pregnant? No. Have you worn wigs? When will you wear wigs?
Do you wear wigs?
No, I do not.
Have you worn wigs?
No, I have not.
Anyways, something smells really good. Yeah. I couldn't find anything, so I made some cup ramen. And I'm frying some human meat. Sungmin raises his eyebrows for a second before he takes a step towards you. He gets so close that you can practically— Ew! Back up! So close, in fact, that you catch a whiff of artificial peach wafting from his pale— Ew! Instinctively, you take a step back. Thank God. Is he not happy? You're burning it. Oh. Oh, wait, you're right. Can you fetch my glasses from the bathroom, please? I'll take over the cooking. Yeah, sure. Appreciate it. Searching time! Oh God, I don't want to look through this guy's bathroom. This is an invasion of- Oh! I want to put this together. Oh, is this a heart? How cute. Oh. Wait, no. Get out of my way. Get out of my way. Get out of my way.
3 hours later.
Yeah! Hold on, his glasses are... Okay, well, I made the heart, so I don't care. When you successfully get Sungmin's glasses and return to the kitchen, you find him already sitting at the bar table, the food ready in front of him. Wait, hold on.
Sungmin.
Yes. You hand Sungmin the glasses, his cold, bony fingers brushing against yours as he takes them. Gross. Thank you. The man gratefully nods, and you, a bit hesitantly, grab a stool and sit on opposite of him. Yay! Food time! Food time with my roomie! Food time with my roomie! You assume that Sungmin will start talking first, but unsurprisingly, he continues eating, completely ignoring your presence. And he's pregnant, just by the way, in case you didn't know that. Seems like you'll have to be the one to start the conversation. Saving? What does it taste like? Why do you need a housemate? Why do you eat people? Why did you collapse earlier? I wanna know why he collapsed. Why'd you collapse? Hey, why did you collapse like that earlier? He raises his eyebrow at you, as if you just asked a very obvious question you already know the answer to. And you do. Well, I was hungry. And tired. Right. Seems like your workplace has been really overworking you, huh? What workplace doesn't nowadays? Fair enough. But still, maybe you should change companies? I feel like one day this amount of overworking will put you in your grave. You know what? Maybe you do have a point. Really? I stayed at this company for a tad too long. They'll probably start getting suspicious about their higher-ups and clients disappearing soon. Oh. Huh. I feel like that's bad business. It's decided then. Tomorrow I will start sending my application to new companies. Thanks, Bunger.
On a day of Bunger's work. On a Bunger.
You spend the next few moments in silence as Sungmin finishes his food, and you, absorbed in your own little world, stare out the window at the city drowning in darkness. The whole situation almost seems funny to you. Just a few weeks ago, you had nowhere to go and had to look for a place to spend the night every single day. But now you're here, sitting in this clean, cozy kitchen, with a cannibal, eating human meat by your side, and he's pregnant, don't forget. Human meat that you have prepared for him. Hey, is it so wrong to just be a good roomie every now and then? God. Nevertheless, you can't help but admit that you'd much rather prefer this bloodthirsty cannibal's company to your homeless life. What a cursed world we live in, huh? Hey, Bunger. Thanks for the meal. Huh.
Yes, of course.
You know, it's been a long time since someone made me a meal. Instead of me making a meal out of them. That's funny. Yark, yark, yark. I can't remember the last time I had a living company over. Being a cog in the capitalist machine does that to you, though. He's spitting. What I'm trying to say is, thank you for spending time with me. You're welcome, Pookie Bear. Well, I'll probably head to bed after doing the dishes. Well, there's still time to sleep. You should probably do the same, though. Sorry for waking you up. How did you... You already have that puffy morning face. Oh. Well, at least he's honest. Damn, fuck you. But he's also right. You almost started falling back asleep while sitting with him here. And you'd rather upkeep your sleeping schedule if you want to get a second job. That wasn't an insult, by the way. It's kind of cute, actually. Ew. Ew. I don't like that his stomach grumbles when he talks to me. Did his stomach just rumble? You should probably get out of here before he asks for a second. Well, I'll leave you to it then. Good night, Sungmin. Good night, Bunger. Sweet dreams. The next day, you can't help but mentally go back to your encounter with Sungmin. You feel that he... Okay. Charming? Interesting. Dull or horrible? I think he's interesting. I wouldn't say he's very charming. He's kind of unsettling and he scares the hoes a little bit, but he's interesting. Interesting. Well, there's something about him. Something that already weirdly interests you. Despite him being a cannibal and a murderer. You almost feel bad about your morbid interest, but your gratitude for the housing opportunity is far greater than your crumbling morals. Who knows? Maybe you've already started losing your mind with all that's been happening. Or perhaps he started infecting you with his own insanity. Still, you can't ignore your strange fascination and spend the whole day thinking about it. You're so absorbed in your thoughts that you don't even realize how quickly the day passes. In the end, you go to bed completely exhausted after another day of hard work. Dude, me after another hard work day of hard work and hard working? Yep, I'm employed. God damn it. Seriously? Again? Hasn't even been a full day, for God's sake. God has no power in this apartment room, I'm afraid. You don't even waste time sitting around and immediately get up and swing your door open as you step into the hallway. Stop in your tracks almost momentarily. The hallway turns out to be empty. Oh. There are sounds of water coming from the bathroom. Sungmin is probably showering in there. What was that noise? Surely you're not going insane yet, are you? You hesitantly start walking forward before you notice something around the corner that wasn't there before. Something red. Huh, it's just a corpse. Wait. A corpse? Oh, come on, dude. Lock in, we know. Seems like somehow you jinxed it yesterday. Based on the amount of meat you saw in the freezer, or rather, lack thereof, you guess that Sungmin probably has decided to restock. Jeez, this one looks really rough. Why would he need to tie it up, though? Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. Please! What the? Alright, okay, seems like this corpse is not so dead. Please spare me! I haven't done anything! Right. Hold on, this music is really good and I'm not hearing it enough. Oh, hell yeah. What are you supposed to do now? A terrified woman stares at you with a desperate plea in her eyes, her arms and legs both tied with layers of thick rope. Definitely not something you expected or were ready to deal with when you were leaving your room. You mentally curse at Sungmin. You're not going to hurt me, are you? No. I'm not with that guy. Jesus, this woman looks petrified. Well, no wonder. She's practically head to toe covered in blood. She's just a poor innocent person with an insane lack of luck and you know her fate better than anyone. But do you really have the right to intervene? Then please, will you help me? Instead of responding, you just rub the back of your neck, feeling conflicted about what to do. At the sight of that, the woman's face sinks in growing hopelessness. What's your name? It's Bunger. Why would I tell her my name? I'm Alicia. I'd say nice to meet you, but this probably is not the best time for that, huh? Yeah. God, he's so scary. I was just walking down the alley from work and they jumped out of nowhere. I mean, look at all this blood. He did all of this to me. God, I don't even know what's gonna happen to me. What did I do to deserve this? He's keeping you a prisoner here, isn't he? Well, you wouldn't exactly call it that. Nah, man, we're roomies. I pay rent here. Come on, 2 people are stronger than 1. I'm sure that if we act together, we can easily overpower him. I promise that no harm will come your way. I might not look it, but I'm quite agile, you know? Well, I really don't want to risk being the one getting eaten instead. Oh, come on, don't you see that I'm scared? Oh yeah, yeah, I can see. Bunger, please. I really don't want to die. Oh, god damn it, no! God damn it, no! No! Do I save my low-key situationship that eats people? Or do I save this beautiful innocent lady? But if I save her, she'll probably tell the cops and then I'll be kicked out and I'll be homeless. God, no! Or if I don't save her, then she'll be eaten and I'll be guilty forever. Okay. Do you know what I'm gonna do? This is why we save, okay? This is why we save. And this is also why we don't save. Nah, I'm good. You're on your own. Just out of fear, Alicia's face contorts with rage at your refusal. How dare you? How dare you refuse me? Do you even know who I am? You insignificant stupid! Her yelling seems to attract attention because a freshly showered Sungmin creeps out of the bathroom. Slowly, he sneaks up behind Alicia and reaches for the light switch. I'm not happy about this. Where'd the cat come from? Okay. Sure. Sungmin stands victorious over Alicia's now battered corpse. Though you doubt she had any chance in the first place, being tied up and all. I'm not happy about this. I'm not happy about this. This made me hungry. Good thing I brought home takeout. Okay, that's not funny. That's not funny! At first this remark confuses you until you glance down towards Alicia. That's definitely one way to call her corpse. Hey, Bunger. You nervously look up at him. He doesn't want to make you into a home-cooked meal now, does he? What you made yesterday was decent. And your company was quite energizing. So I was thinking, maybe we could cook together? That's nice. We could share too. Well, that's definitely out of character. On one hand, you kind of feel too afraid to agree. On the other hand, you feel too afraid to say no. This is a healthy relationship. But hey, who knows? Maybe it will be a good bonding opportunity. And no more killings will happen. Yes, right. I'll help him cook. I'm already down the path of every wrong choice ever. Well, it's not like Alicia was your friend or something. I don't feel good. You have no qualms about helping Sungmin cook her. At this point, you've already done far worse than cooking a person. Plus, being on good terms with Sungmin, who is very much alive compared to Alicia, seems way more important right now. That's true. Sure, sounds delightful. I'm kind of professional chef though, so stand back. Well, you're definitely not bad. Though you should get more practice cooking meat of the human variety. I don't have to practice shit, you freak. Well, seems like this is your chance to do so. Sungmin takes his bloody apron off after carrying Alicia to the kitchen. It doesn't help make him look any less scary though, as his exposed skin is practically drenched in her blood. Oh my god. Your shirt sucks!
Alright, Alpha, what are we cooking?
Well, I was thinking of making curry. Oh, so you can make something besides instant ramen. I actually enjoy cooking quite a bit. It's a hobby of sorts. If I didn't have to work this much, I'd probably spend more time indulging in that hobby. Wait, wouldn't that mean he would kill more people? I mean, it's still a hobby, I guess. I'm not shaming. Without beating around the bush, Sungmin promptly puts you to work at the cutting board. Meanwhile, he starts cooking rice and cleaning the remains off himself. Well, time to get chopping. Yay! Cooking mama, cooking people mama. What? Am I actually cutting carrots or am I cutting Alicia? Don't cry at me. You're not alive. Stop crying at me. You're making me feel bad. Oh, what? No! No, she had a cute tattoo. God, and her name. I don't feel good. I don't feel good. Oh, how nice. Can you even eat hand meat? Seems like your landlord is inviting you to join him for a meal. A cannibal meal. Oh. Yummy, yummy. Well, you've already helped him cook human meat. Might as well try the fruits of your labor. You nod at Sungmin as he fills your plate with freshly made curry. Human curry. In my belly! You look down towards the fresh bowl of curry. The warm aroma from the piping dish is alluring. It has a deliciously spiced scent that dances across the kitchen, lingering delicately in the air. Various seasonings in the dish create a romantic, hot and heavy yet sweet, mouth-watering fragrance that you can practically taste. The human meat you cooked really adds some pizzazz to the whole thing. Right. You nearly forgot that this curry is topped off with a nice serving of Alicia. You feel a little guilty that she smells so good. You know, if I was going to be cooked and like chopped up, what would I want to be? Could I be turned into a sandwich? I'd want to be a sandwich. This seems like a good opportunity to get to know Sungmin a little better though. Ooh, okay, saving time. Why did you pick Alicia specifically? How do you even have enough energy to do this? What's your backstory? What's up with your wardrobe? I do want to know why'd you pick her? Why did it have to be Alicia? She seems sweet. Well, for the most part. Why'd you pick her specifically? I didn't. She was just there in the alley. Alley? Yeah, she was already covered in blood, fighting some other guys. I just thought she was an easy meal. Damn. Somehow you're not even surprised. Typically, I pick someone from the company I work at. Someone scummy, someone rich, someone I don't... I will always be the #1 advocate for eating the rich. Then there are some days, like this one, where I just get lucky. You know, she was already killing someone. I could tell it was just a normal thing for her. Wait, like actually? A fellow killer's instinct, I suppose. But yeah, typically I just kill someone who is the source for other suffering. Oh, okay, you're trying to seem like some sort of vigilante. I don't buy your bullshit. I don't buy it. I don't buy it. You eat people! That's the best thing I can do in this capitalistic hellhole. Damn it, he's speaking my language. Damn it. Still brutal. That's... Damn, that's tough as hell. That's real as shit. You know, I actually never told you, but I was homeless before this. If it weren't for you, I'd still be out there sleeping on the park bench or the nearest Teddy's table diner. Or, you know, shelters. If you can even call them that. Not that I was even let in half the time. Well, I'm glad you're here now, Bunger. I am too, but... it really is only thanks to you, Sungmin. Are we gonna kiss? I didn't do anything. You got here all by yourself. Aww, as the conversation slows into more comfortable silence, Sungmin begins to eat. Staring down at your own bowl, you find yourself hesitating. Are you guilty? Ashamed? Mortified at the choices you've made to get yourself to this point? You should be. You know logically that you should feel all of these things, but... fuck, you really made some killer curry. Literally. Before you know it, a spoonful of steaming curry is already in your mouth. The mix of carrot, onion, and meat is devilishly delicious. Your brow twitches. Shouldn't you be disgusted by this? Wouldn't a normal, regular person be disgusted by this? Maybe you're not regular. Maybe there are two sides of you fighting for dominance. Inside of me there are two wolves, both are alphas, but one eats people. A devil and an angle. Was it angler? Antler? Doesn't matter. This food is kicking, and you're the pro chef behind it. Not only do you enjoy this meal, but Sungmin seems to be enjoying it too, you think. His neutral expression makes it difficult to read him. You count this as a win anyway. Yay! You know, it's my first time sharing this experience with someone else. I've never met anyone who heard me out after learning that I'm a cannibal. You're the first, Bunger. Somehow, you're not surprised. Yeah, somehow. After all, it's not like there's some kind of cannibal cafe for him to mingle at. Right? You can't help but feel kind of bad for the man in front of you. Being a cannibal is bound to be lonely. What? No. Oh, this poor guy. Oh no, he's so lonely. Oh no, he eats all of his friends. Oh no. Not to mention that it doesn't really seem like Sungmin has a lot of time to make friends otherwise. People are typically quick to judge me, even if they don't really know anything about me. They form their impressions of me without even getting to know me first. I feel like at some point I stopped trying. Stopped trying to care about what people think of me. What's the point if it's bound to end the same way anyways, right? But... I care about what you think, Bunger.
You stop, you make me blush.
I think your presence is really changing me. I'm really bad with words, but... I appreciate you for trying to get to know me, Bunger. It means a lot to me. Aww. And you... mean... Did you just fall asleep? That's kind of awesome. You end up doing the dishes before attempting to lift Sungmin to take him to bed. You quickly regret your decision though, as he turns out to be heavier than he looks. A real dead weight, huh? In the end, you have to spend a few minutes trying to shake him awake before he finally sleepily opens his eyes. You help Sungmin get up and make sure he stays up as you assist him getting him to his bedroom. You even lead him all the way to the bed and carefully tuck him in, afraid that the man will collapse inches away from it. Sungmin's bedroom is kind of a pigsty, to put it nicely. So is mine, dude. My room is like genuinely a biohazard. It's surprising considering the state of the rest of his apartment. The shared spaces are always very tidy. You have no clue where he gets the energy to keep them clean, but you're thankful for it. Must be really taxing for him. Stepping over his unironed clothes strewn about the floor, you successfully guide Sungmin to his unmade bed. Exhausted, he collapses against the sheets. You don't even get to say goodnight before the sounds of his soft snoring fills the room. With a job well done, you retire to your own bedroom for the night. You'd say the dinner goes pretty well. So well, in fact, that the two of you go on to have many more dinners together, spanning over weeks, then months, then a year. Yay! Surprisingly, Sungmin turns out to be rather soft for a bloodthirsty cannibal. Before you know it, your relationship with him naturally progresses into something with the two of you officially become partners. Aww! You really let Sungmin cook. And what? That sucks! And perhaps that's what sets you on this path. This path towards destiny. Towards the day that Sungmin proposed. This is moving so fast. I'm married? You don't expect it, the abrupt nature of it all, when he slips the ring off of your dinner's finger and then gets down on his knees. The ring isn't your size, but you know you could always get it adjusted later. Finally, all of your simping pays off. Of course you accept. Yay! Your wedding takes place at the most classy location anyone dating a cannibal would choose. The butcher counter at the local supermarket. That's adorable? ? All the meats and knives the eyes can see. Naturally, it's a breathtaking ceremony. Even the shoppers can't help but stop and stare in wonder. Or rather, in fear? No, they're probably just jealous of your supermarket wedding. Hand in hand with Sungmin, the two of you will have a very grotesque and disgusting and gory future. Exactly the way you hope it'll be. Sungmin has successfully— Ew, I'm not reading that! I'm not reading that! That's cringe! That sucks! Congratulations on your marriage. Yay! Yay! Oh, that's so cute! Yay! You didn't even fall off a cliff. Hello? That was an option? I'm saving you! I'm saving you! No, you can't just leave this poor woman to die. You might be bad enough to live with a cannibal, but you still have enough integrity not to watch someone get killed right in front of your eyes. Okay. Alright, yeah, I'm gonna help you escape. Really? Oh, Bunger, thank you. Of course. I don't know how I can ever repay you. You're my hero. You probably shouldn't tell her that you considered doing the opposite just a moment ago. Well, I also probably shouldn't tell you that I lived through an entire lifetime where I killed and ate you and then got married to the person who ate you. Okay, just wait here and I'll go fetch a knife to free you, alright? Okay. Just please hurry. Right, it would be real bad if Sungmin caught you trying to help her escape. You quickly make sure that there's still sounds of water coming from the bathroom and quietly sneak into the kitchen. I'm making— wait, I wanna make art.
A few moments later.
I don't think this makes anything. Alright, whatever. Knife. When you finally show up in the hallway with a knife in your hand, Alicia looks at you with an almost elated expression on her face. Bunger! You did it! Yeah, sorry it took me a while to actually find it. The kitchen drawers are kind of a mess. Doesn't matter! Quick, cut the ropes! Right. You carefully start cutting the ropes on Alicia's arms, trying very hard not to accidentally damage her clothes. That doesn't matter. Are you serious? Clothes that look way out of your budget. That's true. Although you're not sure if it can even be used anymore, the amount of blood on them is probably not something you can easily wash off. Once you finally cut the last knot, the rope starts slowly falling off. Hey, what are you doing? Oh. Bunger. What the hell? I guess I should thank Rodrigo for gifting me this stupid knife. What the hell? That was my roomie! What? You were supposed to escape, not kill him! Well, he's not dead yet. Not the point! I'm sure there's absolutely nothing we can do anymore, and we totally can't save him even though he's still alive! Well, what did you expect? I wasn't gonna keep someone who saw me kill those stupid fucks alive. Oh. Saw you what now? Do I have to repeat myself specifically for you? Or what? Did you really think all this blood was mine? You did. I did. That's not the point here. You basically just killed my landlord. Where am I supposed to even go now? Oh, please, like it even matters. You already look like you're homeless anyways. No! The baddie's evil! Wow. Ouch. That was uncalled for. Ugh. I don't even know why I have to explain this. Look, girl, I'm a busy woman, and you've already managed to tire me out with your empty blabbering. Let's just end this already. Suddenly, Alicia launches towards you, and you, completely not expecting it, fall to the ground. Once you come to your senses, you're tackled to the ground by Alicia on top of you. One of her hands lightly yet firmly squeezing on. Ah! Hey! It's your turn now. What? You didn't expect me to keep a witness alive, did you? You did, actually. I did, actually. Your time has come now, little lamb. Please don't talk like a cartoon villain, at least. I told Rodrigo that monologuing is not my style. Anyways, die. Wait. What now? You aren't planning on being the one monologuing now, do you? Because I do not have time for this. Crap, there should be some way to convince her to let you live. God will punish you. That is a godless woman. That is a godless woman. Actually, I'm blind. It's a cool knife you got there. I'll do anything you want. Oh God. Oh God. Oh God. I'll do anything you want. I'll do anything you want. Anything you ask of me. Anything. Aw, anything? That's a shame. Maybe in another life I would have kept you as my little lapdog. Ah! You know, that would have been quite fitting for a cute little thing like you. But, well, since you're eager to do anything for me, die. Damn it. Damn it. There's a way I could have survived that, right? You feel a blade of a sharp knife painfully slide across your throat. Seems like Alicia goes straight for the vital organ this time, huh? A few hectic moments of being overwhelmed with pain later, you finally start losing your grip on your own consciousness. This really was not what you expected your life to turn out like. It just started looking up for you, and now you're dying with a probably already dead cannibal by your side. Well, at least you're not alone. If you were still back on the streets, you probably would be. That thought brings you a weird sense of gratitude and peace in your last moments. Wait, no, I can fix her. Actually, I'm blind. That's a cool knife you got there. That's cool. That's a great knife you've got there. For a moment, Alicia just stares at you. This old thing. Rodrigo gave me this because he thinks I like a pink character from a video game for toddlers. But just because I like a pink video game character does not automatically mean that pink is my favorite color. I mean, don't like. God, I wish people wouldn't just assume things about me based off my interests. You like pink video game characters too? Not that I'm interested in it or anything. Pink is just such a stupid color anyways. Who would even like it? Just because I keep the knife doesn't mean that I like or appreciate it or anything. It was just a gift, bro, chill. Yeah, I hear you. Pop off, queen. You know, I was totally going to gut you and everything like 2 seconds ago, but you listening to me like this is kind of sweet. I could really do with having more people around me who actually listen. Alicia appears to pause in thought for a moment. Then she smiles. Aw, what the heck? I could really use a little. I'm in! Plus your kid. Yeah, okay. I'm keeping you. Oh my god, oh my god! Let me call the boys to pick us up and we'll go home, girl. Oh shit. Before the two of you leave together, Alicia takes a moment to call someone on her pink flip phone. She's still sat on top. Meanwhile, Sungmin's body lies lifeless beside you. His eyes do not move behind their lids. His blood seeps into every crevasse of the floor beneath him. The last remnants of its warmth slowly fading away with each drop of blood that escapes his pale skin. That does make me sad in a weird way. I know he killed and ate people, but that was my dog. That was my roommate / husband / landlord. F. Rest in peace, Sungmin. Eventually, you're whisked away by Alicia, spirited away into her life of criminal activities. You learn that she's the head of a rather scary-looking organization. You're not entirely sure what it does, but the amount of blood, firearms, and money you see every day are a good sign that you're better off not knowing. You're given a softer life, however, kept by Alicia as some kind of human pet. I'm okay with it. I'm not complaining. You become accustomed to Alicia referring to you. In fact, you can't even get to call her by your actual name anymore. You're not even sure if you remember it yourself. What was it again? Each night, you go to sleep in a newspaper-padded crate on the floor beside Alicia's queen-size bed. Okay, maybe this is a little more toxic and horrible than I thought it was. But hey, at least you'll never have to be homeless again. Unless something happens to your new owner. Well. Well. That's nice. You know, somehow, I think that getting married to the cannibal was the better life for me.
911. Saw, dude.
My housemate is a murderer. He's cutting people up on our kitchen counter and... Oh God. Oh, damn, that sounds like it sucks. Are you gonna help me, or...
Nah, we don't like prank callers. Lay off the alcohol and don't call back.
Oh my fucking God, bro. Oh my God, bro. It's oh my God. Are you actually calling the police? Could you at least wait until after dinner? I'm so tired and hungry. Okay, I'm assuming, fuck it, ACAB just goes on to my happy ending where I get married and we all live happily ever after and we eat people, right? But my curiosity. What the shit? No. They're not getting away with this. If they don't help you, you might die. You, now a bit more frustrated than scared, immediately call 911 once again.
911? What's shaking, bacon?
I'm going to die. Can you, like, send police to my location, or...
Are you white?
What? Why does that matter? I'm literally going to get murdered.
Not my problem. Call the fire department instead. Later, bro chacho.
Bunger, we can talk about this, you know. I really don't have energy to keep knocking. Call the fire department, call the police again, give up, you're gonna regret, you regret paying taxes for this. Okay, I'll call the fire department. Well, there's no song called Fuck the Fire Department. You spend the next few minutes finding the phone number for your local fire department while Sungmin weakly taps at the door behind you. Bunger, I'll probably get the death penalty. Don't you think that's kind of unethical? What? I only killed a few people since my childhood, but it's not that much. I've only killed maybe 4 innocents. The rest, you could barely call them people. It's not as many as the courts killed with the death penalty. Holy... Dude, no, he's a woke mind virus, he's getting me. Please help me, my housemate is literally cutting someone up in our kitchen and... Have you tried contacting the police? Yes, bro, and they didn't help! Yeah, they tend to do that. Believe it or not, we get like 13 calls a week. Anyways, we're on our way. Oh, sick. Now you wait as Sungmin continues to tiredly tap at the door separating him from you. Before you know it, you can hear the sound of the fire truck siren swarming the apartment building. Terrified, yet patient, you stay hidden in your room, practically counting the seconds until you're saved from this apartment of horrors. After what seems like forever, you can hear the sounds of the front door breaking, the yelling of unfamiliar voices, and loud footsteps storming through the department. Yay, fire department! Yay, fire department! Relieved, you nearly jump through the door you've had locked this whole time, desperate to be safe in the arms of your saviors. You see the firefighters talking calmly with Sungmin. You expected to see them wailing on him, but instead you see them gently patting his back, offering to get him some food before hauling him down to the police station. Sungmin is cooperative. He doesn't look angry, just kind of sad. The two of you exchange glances before he is carefully guided away by the first responders. Oh, a month goes by. You ended up right back where you started. Homeless, now that your landlord is rotting away in prison. At least he gets fed every day. Clothed. With a roof over his head. You can't deny the tiny shreds of envy that flutter through your mind when you hear about his murder case on the local diner's television. Most days you try to ignore the details about his serial killer status. Who knows what he would have done to you if you didn't call for help. Some days you visit the same fire department that you reached out to. Sometimes the people there that are familiar with you from your call provide you with small, yet hot meals. It's not much, but it gets you through another day. Then, on the coldest day of the month, while taking shelter at the diner, you overhear a broadcast announcing Sungmin's execution, due to take place early the next morning. His horribly gaunt, bruised face projecting on the TV screen turns your stomach. No. Don't feel bad for him. Your bones would probably be rotting in his fridge right now if you didn't do this. This isn't your fault. He's a murderer. A serial killer. He made his choices, and you made yours. How into the cold you go after the diner closes for the night. You've been hanging out in a nearby alleyway recently. You've even gotten a box set up for shelter and everything. Fancy. As you lay down to rest for the night, your mind is filled with thoughts about Sungmin. Regrets. Anger. Sadness. Fear. It's a cold night. The howling winds that barrel down the alleyway shakes the garbage bin that blocks your home from prying eyes. It's loud, cold, and especially lonely. He would have killed you. Despite the cold, sweat trails down your forehead. If you don't know better, you'd think you're in some kind of oven, slowly heating up towards a boil. You remove your socks in an attempt to ease your discomfort. The stars are slowly fading as the sun rises. Light pours down the alleyway. It creeps along the walls to caress your face in its touch as you begin to fade. Can he see it too? Oh, I died. It's warm. Do you think he is warm too? Oh, did I get... I'm bleeding. What happened to me? What happened to me? Oh, do you think Alicia killed me? Oh, interesting. I think that's what happened. Oh, that's awesome. Well, not awesome, but interesting. That was actually really fun. I liked that a lot. I did. That was really fun. It was goofy. I liked the dialogue. The characters were fun, and I hope you guys enjoyed as much as I did. Anyways, let me know what other games you guys want me to check out. I'm a big fan of like visual novel style games, so if you've got anyone like anything like that to recommend, just let me know, man. And bye.